Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the least libertarian show on the internet. It is the Lions of Liberty podcast. I am your host, of course, as always, Dan Smotz. That's right. Times, they are changing around here. So we've got some stories. We've got some things to cover. You've probably heard some rumors. You've probably saw John Odermatt's last episode where he said there were some big announcements to come for Lions of Liberty. And you can probably guess what one or two of those are at this point, but we will talk about all of it. Just hold on to your hats because there's lots to go over here. So over the weekend, there's been a lot of rumors swirling and spiraling around about the Lions of Liberty. Some of them came from a video. I don't know who leaked that out there. Definitely might have been me, but the truth is, a hard pill to swallow sometimes, especially in these times. But we got to do what we got to do. Sometimes we got to police our own, as they say. And as a libertarian myself, I thought, things have to be called out. Freedom is freedom. That's one thing. But the level of corruption that I was witnessing behind the scenes, and we'll talk more about like the history of me and the Lions of Liberty and why I have kind of this inside information and beef and kind of know what's going on. But when I see that type of stuff happening, it's like, yes, tax fraud is great and all, but there's a level of, debauchery that you got to just say, hey, that's a little too libertarian for this guy. But hey, it is what it is. Water under the bridge because we are moving onward and upward. Things are happening. We'll explain. And we'll explain even more after this episode as time goes on why this had to be. But lots of rumors over the weekend. That video came out. You guys probably saw it. If you haven't seen it, go on over to thesystemisdown.tv. Thesystemisdown.tv. Check out thesystemisdown.tv because, yes, I'm still doing my show over there at thesystemisdown.tv. But I put out this leaked footage of a conversation between John Odermatt and Brian McWilliams where they were just having a casual chat about some concerning things, and me kind of having a behind-the-scenes look at these things. I was like, this needs to be out there. This needs to go. This needs to happen. And it wasn't just me. It wasn't that. You can tell in the video, the way that they talk about him, that they were obviously well over this shit by now. So, I'll play that too later on for people that haven't seen it yet. But just disgusting and shocking. And there was some stuff in there that even I didn't know. And there's still some stuff. There's still evidence coming out and some things coming out about Mark that we're just going to have to, play by ear. But for the time being, this is where we're at. So that video came out and there was a lot of people who thought it was a joke, it seemed like. And, I did that Dave Smith trolling thing, and I've trolled Robbie Bernstein, and I've trolled a few people in this movement, and so naturally people assumed that I was trolling at that point, and they were laugh reacting, and I could troll. It's obviously not a deep fake. They're saying those things. They're having that conversation. You can tell, like, as a video guy myself, I know that there's really good deep fake technology out there. I don't have it. I'll just tell you that much right now. I don't have the ability to do that, and I don't even think, based off of Joe Biden and some of his most recent press briefings, I don't even think the United States government has the ability to deepfake that well, because clearly that man is, he is, Anyway, so it's not a deep fake. You can tell that. They had the conversation. How am I supposed to fake that conversation? I don't know, but it's not fake. I would think that would be pretty evident by my being here right now. But a lot of people were laugh reacting, thinking it was a joke. Either that, I could be wrong though. I'm a little autistic myself. I could be wrong. It might not have been that they thought it was a joke. Maybe they were laugh reacting for the obvious reason that it's hilarious. It's hilarious to watch this scumbag fall. It's hilarious to I love Mark, and I've always loved Mark, but when you see some things that somebody that you love, it's kind of like Hunter Biden. I kind of see him as the Hunter Biden right now. There's a lot of similarities. You can hear it when Brian's talking about he's talking about the leaked footage of Mark dancing around naked with carrying a gun. There's creepy parallels between Mark's story that's coming out and Hunter Biden's story. So that's kind of how I feel. I feel like that Joe Biden that really felt for his kid at that time in that one interview where he was definitely honestly telling the truth. And so when I look at the Marc thing, I'm like, I love this dude, but this is not a good look. It's not a good thing for liberty, and the people deserve to know what's going on. So perhaps these people were laugh reacting because they were just overjoyed to see this guy get what he clearly had coming all this time. And it's not just the corruption even. Like, his show has taken quite the dip, quite the downturn for a while. It's been a bit, hasn't it? You're here. You know, let's be honest. Like that episode last week, it was like Sunday night, and he's drunk again, and he's like, "Hey, I don't have a podcast episode. I've never done this before. I'm pushing 600 episodes now, but I still don't realize that if you want to have a podcast out on Monday, you have to record it before Sunday night. And if you want to, even if you were recording it Sunday night, maybe line up your guests a little bit in advance so that they're not just whatever that was, just guys doing talking. I don't know. I only made it like 10, 15 minutes into the thing, so I can't say for sure how poorly it went, but I can assume that it was exactly as bad as one would assume based off of that intro. And on top of all that, hold on, I'm here podcasting alone. This isn't I don't have a co-host or anything to talk to, so you're gonna have to listen to me stop and take drinks because I don't over edit like Marc does either. Like, you don't have that awkward jump from when somebody asks a question straight into a response. Like, these people are superhumans. Like, his over editing is it's troubling. And I'm leaving, just out of spite, I'm leaving every single mouth noise, every single breath, every single lack of a point being made, every single ADHD rabbit trail. I'm leaving them all in there, Marc. I hope you hear this from your jail cell and you realize how much better this is and how much more fun. And keeping in tradition, I'm going to drink on this episode because I guess that's what we do around here. So, the show has been going downhill. There was that one that was just like, you could tell not only was it like unprepared and sloppy, but if you need more evidence that this dude is like, he keeps making jokes about how he's like podcasting from a bunker. I mean, he says the quiet part out loud. He tells you with a wink and a nod. He tells you that it's a joke when he's actually telling you what the truth is. He's been on the run for like at least 6 months. I think it was like up till the point, like, I think he might have actually married his wife for, excuse me, sorry, leaving that in there too. I think he actually married his wife and fled the country for more reasons than just COVID. It worked out really nicely in his favor that he could play it all off on, oh, he's this hero. He's this like anti-COVID lockdown guy. He's such a hero. He's going to go down to Mexico. Sure. Yeah, that's what everybody who's not on the run from the feds is doing. Always, yeah. So he fled down to Mexico. He's literally been on the run ever since then. When he tells you he's podcasting from a bunker, he's actually podcasting from a bunker. And it's kind of like Marc talks about these conspiracy theories and things like that, which I think are kind of stupid. I dig into it just a teeny tiny little bit over on thesystemisdown.tv. Again, that's thesystemisdown.tv. But when you dig into like some of the conspiracy stuff, a lot of the crazy conspiracy people seem to think like, when the elitists are performing like a false flag or something like that, they give you these little breadcrumbs, these little clues. I don't know if it's like their calling card, or like if it's them. It could either be them bragging about it, them like putting it out there because they're brazen about it, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, we did that thing. Look, here's a little clue," or maybe they are. Maybe they exist under some sort of satanic code or something like that, and they have rules and regulations that they have to abide by. I am not entirely sure how it works, but this might be a crazy conspiracy theory coming from me, which is abnormal. But with Marc Clair, I kind of think that that's what he was doing. I feel like when he says he's podcasting from a bunker, that's kind of his little calling card. It's his like brazen, hey, I'm a scumbag. Who is texting me? It's my kid, but I'm not going to answer. All right, I guess I'll have to answer. 1 second. All right, let me get this. Yes, hello. That's no. That's not. Okay, that's actually. Why are you call? This is not. Did you get a different number? Are you kidding me right now? Dude, let it go. Stop. No, it is my show now. You're done. Yes. Look, you had like how many years? You had like 6, 7. Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. You had a couple years in the Liberty Movement. You're done, dude. You need to know. You need to know when to quit. All right, dude. I'm gonna go. I'm doing the show right now. Okay. Yeah, my show. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah. No. No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Try it. Try it. Oh, jeez. Okay. That was just a friend. Anyway, so where were we? We're talking about the show going downhill. From a bunker. I kind of think it's like a conspiracy type calling card thing. I think I said that already. Maybe I don't know, but I do think that he's part of some sort of cabal. Now, the episode right before that, like I was doing just a little bit of digging because when I got the offer to come do this show, I was like, well, let's see. Like I knew that there was some stuff, but let's see where the show has been. And that episode happened last week, and then the week before was like Clint and Reed Coverdale. Clint. I don't think they have the same last names. I don't think they're actually a couple, but I don't know who's taking the last name in that relationship. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, Clint and Reed were on the show, and it's just, is it not super sus? It's not only, this is layers. There's layers to this. So Clint and Reed come out of nowhere during COVID. They both blow up and make X amount of millions of dollars for saying that lockdowns are bad, while Alex Jones is on the outs. Like they're coming in, they're being all conspiratorial and stuff, and they're leading people in a certain, direction, a certain anti-something direction. And I don't know, it just seems a little bit odd to me that they have a million times more followers than Marc Clair ever did on this show that's been around for at least, 3 or 4 years. So he had them on, and so I don't trust them as it is, but they're also part of the Mises Caucus, which is like double. I don't know how to feel about it, but so he had them on, their Mises Caucus guys, and while he's like saying that he hates the Mises Caucus and all that, he's been like definitively saying, I hate everyone in the Mises Caucus, and the Mises Caucus is terrible, and they're never going to succeed, or something, or at least that's like what I heard somebody say. But he has them on after that, and they're both Mises Caucus. Like, something's not adding up here. If I had like a conspiracy theory yarn wall or whatever, and I was like, I don't know, tying these things together, like the math just doesn't work out. And Mark's been, seemingly getting into like conspiracy land and spiritual land and whatever a little bit more, the woo-woo shit, the hippy dippy bullshit stuff. Yeah, he's been getting into that. So when it was kind of like a no-brainer, let's say, when Mark was on the outs with these folks, or when I should say when Mark was being exposed for the I don't know, the treacherous, treasonous, whatever that he is. I mean, there's so many words to use. I need a thesaurus, but yeah, when they were in the process of making this decision to kick him out, they're like, okay, so he's been kind of cultivating this new following of people, but that are like the hippy dippy crazy nuts, and Dan's over there. He's doing that stuff too. He gets into some of the hippy dippy crazy conspiracy woo woo shit as well, but he's also a Mises Caucus guy. So seems like a pretty easy transition where they get to keep their Mises Caucus grift going on while also bringing in this new whatever pseudo leftist mentality or something. I don't know. I don't want to put words in their mouth, but that's just what I heard them say. Anyway, so yeah, there was that and that. What else do we got? So let's just like dig into a little bit of the history. Why I am here? Why me? Why? Yeah, where do I come from in all this crazy? I don't know, romance, lust, and dystopian triangle of corruption. So when I first got involved in the the whole liberty movement, Lions of Liberty were one of the first things I came across. Like I found the Libertarian Party because Donald Trump got me back interested into politics, or maybe for the first time got me interested into politics, and then I realized that everybody sucked, and then I was like, hey, Libertarians, they're crazy, they're batshit crazy, they're like toasting your damn toaster crazy, and I was like, cool, let's do that. So I was like, hey, I'm down for the crazy. You guys seem principled. Let me take a look around here. I was looking up libertarian podcasts, and lo and behold, what did I find? None other than Marc Clair. Marc Clair of the Lions of Liberty. I listened to him. I listened to like Jason Stapleton and a few others. And Roger Paxton, Johnny Rocket, and Chris Spangle. They all used to do podcasts, and unfortunately, I don't think any of them are doing anything at all anymore. It's sad to say. But yeah, when I found the Lions of Liberty, I was like, okay, these guys are cool. They get it. I was a fan. I was a fan first and foremost. These guys had an ideology that I really respected. Not only that, but they were enjoying themselves. They were having fun. Sure, they were a little old, but they were cool enough, and they were at least libertarian-ish. So I was like, hey, yeah, let's check them out. And I was like making some design work. It started out like I was making memes and stuff for them. Not for them. I was in their group, their little Lions of Liberty forum or whatever, because they're still allowed to be on Facebook or something. But I was making memes for them in that group, or I would hear something, I'd get a joke in my mind, and I would make a meme about it and post it in their forum. And that went on for a while, just making this free stuff because I enjoyed them, enjoyed their product, and I wanted to, give a little something back. And then at one day, Mark's just like, hey, would you want to do some graphic design work for us? And I was like, absolutely, of course I would. And then I changed my pants, and then I went to work doing some design work for them, and designed things like this here shirt. It's a little wrinkled. It's a little wrinkly, mostly because after that Mises Caucus episode that Mark did, I shoved it in the bottom of my drawer and declared that I would never wear it again. But, things change. Things change. So yeah, I did some design work for them, did some of their logos, did some of their shirts and branding and different things like that over the years. Then I did some of their jingles. I think I've done at least one jingle for each of the three of them for their shows at one point. And at this point, I've also done all of their logos, all of their current logos, or our current logos. So lots of stuff. They brought me out to PorcFest. They introduced me to PorcFest because they wanted a video guy. And at the time, they were a very serious, they were one of the up-and-comers, or one of the biggest named libertarian podcasters out there back before the Fed boys came in of Reed and Clint. But at the time, they were booming, and they were like, yeah, we're booming so big that we need to bring out a video guy. So they brought me out, and I filmed them for the entire week and saw some things. Saw some things that I don't want to talk about. Things that I don't want to get into, but saw some things, and they were cool though. They were mostly cool, aside from I can't really talk about it, but some things. Anyway, they were cool. Like they put me up with a room. I crashed with Mark actually, and yeah, it was just cool. Like hanging out with these guys that were big influences on me, really inspired me to start podcasting, to get into doing this stuff. They were one of the big ones for me, so it was awesome. And that really, that certainly in some ways, one way or another, helped with my Liberty video career as well, to whatever degree. I'm sure that played a stepping stone at the very least, and I've done videos and things here and there for them throughout the years. So we've got a history. I've been kind of their media guy for a good long while, and yeah. So I know some stuff. I know what's going on behind the scenes, and I know that Marc Clair has been dancing naked with shotguns, waving around, I'm pretty sure at children. Again, this is all alleged. It'll be in the leaks. It'll be in the documents off the hard drive once we get that exported, but it's all in the works. So, yeah, sorry, I've got some brief notes here that I need to go through just to make sure I don't miss any crucial details in this expose, or podcast episode. Sorry. So yeah, Mark's been schmoozing around with a lot of these right wingers. He moved down to DeSantis country. Even he's obviously, he's full blown MAGA at this point. I would venture to say, given the fact that he moved to MAGA country. I don't know. I'm pretty like Florida's bad. I know DeSantis and Trump didn't always. They kind of butted heads on some. But DeSantis, I mean, he's a Republican. So if you live in that area, if you live in the Wang, I mean, you have to be a Republican if you're overcompensating so badly that you move down there, buy a Hummer and a shotgun or whatever, and become a Florida man like Marc Clair is, from what I hear through the grapevine. So just some weird things. But brings us to like the now. I mean, we've kind of like dabbled here and there at what the truth is here, but the truth is that Marc's done. Marc is, as far as I can tell, and again, I'm in on it. I understand the scenario, but it's really between Brian and Odie at this point, because they are the ones really that are trying to keep this ship afloat as it sinks very quickly. It's not good. It is a mess. But yeah, so it's really up to them. And so if this thing completely fails, it's not because I came in here and did whatever the hell I'm going to do with this. But yeah, maybe I think my thing is just going to be short term, like part time. I think I'm kind of just interim, but because like they said, definitely keep the system is down going, because like we don't need like two birds with one stone or whatever the analogy is. We don't need that. Like. I secretly, I think they know, like, if Marc is gone, not because Marc was so good, but like because he knew how to launder money the proper way, and keep it flowing just right to where they're comfortable. Let's say. I think they're worried about not having that honey pot anymore, and like they made the right choice, but if this thing sinks, I've still got a very, very successful podcast over at the System Is Down TV, and Brian and Odie, if you guys want to come over there, and you know, we can talk terms, you know, whatever. We'll do it off air. We'll do it after, but hit me up at 309-716-3818 and leave a voicemail, and yeah, I will play it on the show at thesystemisdown.tv. All right, so yeah, some awful things. And nobody wanted this. Like, nobody set out for Marc to, I can't even say like half the things that he did. Like, I'm afraid that there's a part of me that wants to like get this show shut down, get it demonetized, like say the thing that Marc did that will get this show taken down. But now I'll be shooting myself in the foot. At least for the time being. Like, I have this platform, I might as well use it. But there is a part of me that wants to actually say the exact specifics. It would sign up for the Patreon for the Lions of Liberty over at patreon.com/the system is down. And yeah, maybe there'll be more evidence to come out there, but it'll all come out in due time. It is what it is. Brian and John, it's up to them when they want to say what. I know that with the court cases and the ongoing espionage or whatever terms you want to use, it's gonna be a delicate topic for a while that we don't want to just like go out and flippantly make up shit about or start spouting off. Just hit record like Marc would. Get drunk and just hit live because you don't have a podcast for the next morning. You just hit go and let it run. Yeah. Just let's not do that, because that would be reckless. And if there's anything left worth saving in this network, it is not Marc. Let's say, whatever. Okay, so we're going to play the video here, and maybe I'll talk a little bit more after it. But we're going to play the video in case you guys missed it. Before we do that, I do have to mention today's sponsor. Today's episode of the Lions of Liberty podcast is sponsored and brought to you in most part by The System Is Down. The System Is Down is a podcast that talks about things like conspiracies, politics, religion, pop culture, all sorts of things, all the things that are happening in the news. Because as the world burns, as it burns to the ground, what better way to say I love you than laughing. What better way to give full due respect to the news of the day, to all the current circumstances, than just by laughing in its face? And, like the Joker in that first Michael Keaton Batman movie, where he's just like falling off the building and falling to the ground and then dying on the ground, laughing his ass off. That's going to be us over at thesystemsdown.tv, because that's what we do here. We make the jokes, or that's what we do over there on that show, thesystemsdown.tv. So check it out. If you haven't heard of it, now you have. The System is Down at thesystemsdown.tv. And back to the show.
Just wanted to, give you a little update on some things I've been, working through. And, some of them might be a little bit surprising.
Marc's other podcast, the Second Print Comics Pod, it is written for the uber progressive left that believes everything that is written on CNN or MSNBC. It's so funny because he's obviously a super progressive honk anyway. So he really has cards handed to him that tell him when to sit and when to stand and when he's talking and when not to talk. More importantly,
this has all been talked about. It's been talked about to death. So I don't care.
The fact now that this is being leaked makes me think that these things are not necessarily good for libertarianism.
I mean, I don't care. Libertarians or conservatives or, people who lean that way, however you want to categorize it. I probably should stop putting that label as libertarian on people. I'm not sure if it's libertarian.
People see the craziness and they say, oh, he's an incel, and he joins an incel group online, and they do a whole Zoom chat room. And of course, there's a guy with a big American flag behind him. Oh, he's like, yeah, America, we have chicks or bitches. They don't want to put out. We know that is complete horseshit. We know that's not true in any way.
Is that a big deal to me? Does it affect my life? No.
And by the way, I have no problem if you want to bang hookers and smoke crack. Just don't do it on my dime.
I mean, there's all kinds of angles to this and things that happen in this very, very complicated situation. And I'm not saying anybody's right. I'm not saying there's a lot of people wrong, I think is the easiest way to put it. A lot of people wrong.
She can just be a crazy crackhead that gets paid a lot of money because of
ruined God knows how many thousands of lives, killed hundreds of thousands of people probably.
He's getting trained by a white militant who's working in the immigration services. Are you telling me this isn't setting him up to fail? And I don't give a damn because he needs to go.
It'll be amazing. That's my dream.
Marc likes to call himself the Watcher, which I can't say without laughing. You look at how old he is now. What is he? His 50s, something like that.
It's extremely sad. And I mean, I really want to stress that I do not support anything about war. I don't want war to happen. So you have to ask yourself, how could this be de-escalated?
But these videos coming out, him dancing around naked with the gun, stealing people's private property, just going into stores, stealing $900 worth of goods, running out.
It was just a shame. It was unethical that he was ever his unethical. He did not have ethical behavior.
And of course, he's being encouraged to go and shoot up a colored women's prayer group.
That would be bad.
And that's what we see on video.
There's now reports emerging of all kinds of really crony and corrupt schemes. And as this has been sort of peeled back, as the onion's peeled back, it's really just started to reveal just this totally corrupt, just systematic wide problem where nothing is real.
Wonder why that is.
But like any Ponzi scheme out there, there's always going to be a day when it stops working.
And you were telling me that you want to expand?
Nothing to see here. Let's just keep building. Let's keep it going.
All of these are very dangerous developments.
And we're moving money offshore. It's just, it makes our system look like tame and normal. And our system is totally screwed and is definitely going to have a magnificent, incredible, horrible outcome eventually. I'm just not sure when it's going to happen.
Things are not in a good place. The
times that are coming, it's going to be extremely, extremely ugly. And we've seen, the terrible things, the unethical and,
Do you want that guy and his shit family of fuck-ups and layabouts and crackheads? Do you want them influencing how you live your life?
It's not going to be pretty to see what happens.
Fuck no. I absolutely do not want that.
There is some big news forthcoming, excuse me, about the Lions of Liberty.
He needs to go. It's me, it's Odie, it's Rico. Deal with it.
This might be the match that lights the fire that sets the this whole world of manipulation and bad money just burning to the ground.
All right, I'm going to wrap up there. I don't really have much more to talk about today. I just figured I'd see where that rant took me.
So again, that's a small part of the future of Lions of Liberty. And you'll hear the rest, I don't know when.
I'd be careful. Then again, I'm not high on crack all the time.
That's retarded, and you're an idiot. I'm not doing this for downloads or money, because if I was, I would be doing the opposite, and I'd be licking your damn balls.
So stupid.
Shut the fuck up. I'm doing this because I care. I'm up at 4 in the fucking morning because I give a shit about you guys. And most of you won't listen to me. That's fine.
But you've got all these beautiful leaks. You've got beautiful leaks.
If I wanted attention, positive attention, I would be sucking your fucking cocks.
We're going to take your life away. We're going to ruin your children. Your children are going to have no parents. They're going to be destitute. We're going to take you and we're going to put them in a foster home, which the government also runs, and are atrocious.
And I know that there's pain coming. I know there's going to be struggles, but a lot of opportunity and a lot of opportunity for progress.
You need to do something different. Yeah.
This is a concern to
that's
you.
It is that simple. And maybe that's not profound. I'm not trying to be profound. I'm trying to give my opinion as someone who's been in this movement for 20 fucking years.
Just as fucked up as I am, plus 10.
And who's been podcasting and talked to almost everyone that matters in this fucking thing for 8 years.
It leads to corruption.
My opinion doesn't matter to you. And what you still doing here?
So, yeah. I mean, it's shocking. Like I said in the tweet, it's shocking. Like, I don't even have words for some of the interactions. Just like they play these like, oh, they're like frat bros from back in the day, which, I mean, come on, who was buying that anyway? No frat bros ever became libertarians, obviously. Frat bros went on to be like, I don't know, successful people or like, you know, husbands. Unlike these, or maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I should be a little bit nicer to my new network. But just like, again, Marc has done some of the most amazing work that I've ever seen in the Liberty movement. Just makes it all the more sad to watch the downfall. Like if he was like one of these layabouts that he had on to debate people like Dave Smith, if he was just one of these like whatever throwaway libertarian libertarians in name only that go out and attack people online for just made up nonsense, the cancel culture mob woke shit, like obviously I'm opposed to that. This is not that. This is not cancel culture. This is consequence culture, because again, you know, there's only so much libertarian that libertarians can take, and Marc is he's on the run from the level of libertarianness that he is at the moment. So let all of this be a lesson to you guys. What comes out of libertarianism? You know, you dedicate. How long was Marc doing this? Like 3 or 7, maybe 7 tops. 7 years that he's been working in the Liberty movement, man. And all that thrown out the window just for one, cocaine-filled murder rage. But that allegedly, still, obviously, like I don't want anything to be used. Don't use any of these words against him in court or anything, because, yeah, that's bad. I hear. But Marc, he was like one of the best. He was one of the greatest. I had nothing but kind words to say about him up until, well, I mean, there was the Mises Caucus thing. Obviously, as a human being, I had to write him out of my life completely, because once you leave the cult, you're not allowed to be, communicated anymore. You're the opposite of that, which is excommunicated. And but before that, and before all of this new stuff coming out, like one of the greatest. He's definitely up there with some of the top names in the Liberty movement, like Penn Jillette or like Gary Johnson. So all good things to say about his past, but yeah, things had to change. It was time. It's time for something new. It's time for something fresh. Time for something much, much, much younger and more attractive. Time for something a little bit more, I don't know, Mises Caucus-ish. If you get my meaning. Yeah, grift on, Mark. Grift your way into that padded cell. You go right ahead, because we all know what's coming. Do not think for 1 second that this man will not John McAfee himself at any moment. But I can't speak for Mark. I can't speak. Well, actually, let me take that back. As the host of the Lions of Liberty podcast, sorry, it's still like surreal. But as the new host of the Lions of Liberty podcast, yeah. Wait, hold on. Where's my card here? I can speak for Mark now, because this is Mark's show still, but I am now Mark or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling, but maybe that's what you guys tune into Mark's show typically for, and that's okay. Thank you guys all for listening today to this. I know that it's going to be tough moving forward. There's going to be some things, some new normals that we need to adjust to, but that is all a part of growth. That's all a part of life. That's all a part of moving forward and progress. And as a very progressive company, Lions of Liberty is all about progress, and we are also looking to hire on a couple new diverse interns as well. So if you are looking, please contact us today at Lions of Liberty at lionsofliberty.gov. But be sure to tune into all of our other shows. Mark's show will be, I think Second Print Comics is going to keep going through the trial and all this stuff. He's still planning on doing that. So if you want to get, a little behind the scenes on the incel behavior from Marc Clair, go check out what's the name of that? Second Print Comics over at secondprintpod.com, I think. Just for the lulz, obviously. Because what 53-year-old dude is doing podcasts about comics. Anyway, you can also check out Brian's other show at Teenage Wet Dream. That's where he gets all the all like hello fellow kids about like culture and pop stuff, and we get like the very valuable boomer take on everything that's going on in the world today. Or you can check out John Odermatt's show called Freedom Fridays. That's every Thursday, where he tells you how you can clean out your colon by joining a pyramid scheme. So if you find any of those to be valuable, please do check them out at lionsofliberty.com, or you can check out better shows over at thesystemisdown.tv, where you can find the show hosted by the dashing young Dan Smotz over at thesystemisdown.tv. It's called The System Is Down. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. As we move forward into this thing, it's a brand new, crazy, brand new world out there. And there'll be some growing pains, but we'll get through it together. We'll hang in there. And until next time, live long and live free. Whatever.